Now, sinus products available. Now, just have to go ahead and just use a spray. There are other things that you can use in conjunction with that. And I'll give you some organic products. One of the things I really like is oregano. It's made by American Herb and Spice. It's a small little bottle, but it's called Super Oregano P73. You can buy a lot of them in the health food stores. That's very, very strong. And if you put a few drops on your tongue, it'll be like a really supercharged kimchi. It burns like crazy. So we tell our patients to put at least 2 to 4 drops in a 6-ounce glass of water and then slowly slip it down the mouth. Okay? It's going to burn a little bit, but it's not like if you put the food tincture on your tongue, it'll just burn and make your head spin. All right? Okay, now, that is good for any type of bacteria, virus, fungus, and bacteria. It's a great product. And a lot of people use oregano in there as a condiment on their food. But I'm telling you, this is concentrated. And it's very good from American Herb and Spice. Now, if you have access to the Heal pharmaceutical, they sell some of that in some health food stores called Lafayette nasal spray, and that's for like hay fevers. And you have to spray it in your nose and get into the membrane. Okay. Now, there's another one called Sinusin. Sinusin is an excellent product, but you have to use it every 20 minutes. All right. Then they have a combinations of homeopathic called compositums. Compositum means that they have singular homeopathic remedies and they combine it together with different potencies, different strengths, and then what they do is we call it succussant, means they potentize it. And very simple how they potentize. You get the bottle, and then they pound it against a book about 3, 4, 5 times. It's called succussion. That's how homeopathic works. When you put the remedies in there, you pound it. Or you can use your hand against your palm, hold up, and just pound it about 3, 4 times like this. And when it does that, it would actually energize that bottle, and with the combinations, it would actually mend it together, and it works as a compositum, means one. Okay. So, Sinusin is good, made by the Heal pharmaceutical. Where do you find Heal pharmaceutical? Some homeopathic companies, they carry it, but actually it's a lot of times in a health food store you can get it, or you can get it from some health practitioners who practice homeopathic remedies, practice homeopathy, or holistic practitioners that do holistic practice. They have a holistic practice, okay? Now, so that's good for rhinitis, sinusitis, colds, flu, and it's a nasal, and for nasal symptoms. Then there's another one that's pretty good. It's called Super Relief, and that's used with your neti pot, okay? And it's already made, so you don't have to go buy the silver colloidal 30 pots per million, and you don't have to go get a neti pot, and they have the combinations in there. And it's called the Super Neti, N-E-T-I, Neti Juice Rinse. And it's the most powerful one, and it holds that in your sinus for 20 minutes and at a time. It contains elemental silver, deionized water, peppermint oil, and a surfactant. Okay, use it 2 to 3 times a day, and use for people who have lots of antibiotics and even recovering from sinus surgery. Okay, that's really good. It all comes in one kit, so you don't have to buy all these separate kits. And that you can get from Health Alert. All right. So, like I said, go to your health practitioner and see if he can order it for you. Okay. Another one you take, and I like this one here, is called Alloplex. Now, Alloplex is a really good homeopathic remedy. You can get it in a tablet form. And when you get the tablet, this is 1 to 3. I like to have my patients take 3 every hour for at least 4 hours. And he says, why? You want to get into your bloodstream now, into your nervous system. Now how? How do you do that? You don't want to go through your digestive system. So you get these tablets and you stick it under your tongue and have it melt on it. You can actually move it around, have it melt faster. And then it tastes like, it doesn't taste like anything. It's flat. Okay? So it doesn't have a distinctive taste to it. And it really works good because it kind of helps you promote on that instead of antibiotics. It helps you promote working for these allergies, trying to get these allergies going. So it goes and trying to neutralize some of those stressors that are creating havoc on your immune system. Now, you don't want the immune system to be overloaded and cause autoimmune disorders, and that's where you got that type of reaction called sinusitis, okay, inflammation. You want to reduce that, and then the immune system can handle those stressors. Okay. Then you can take another one called Immunoplex, and that's by standard process. Okay, and standard process has been around for a good number of years, and a lot of the health practitioners, chiropractors, naturopaths carry standard process. Okay, in fact, actually, Standard Process Company was founded by Dr. Royal years ago, and who was a dentist. Imagine that. Standard Process was founded by a dentist. Next one is called Sinus Heal, and I told you about that. There's actually Sinusin is a spray, and Sinus Heal, and that's again a tablet. And it tell you take 1 to 3 tablets under the tongue, okay, and you can take it like every 20 minutes, okay. I take it every hour, and they tell you take 1 to 3 tablets. I have patients take 3 tablets, okay, and then that suffices for people who are large, versus people who are smaller. If they're smaller size and they're younger, you can take 1 or 2. But I like to get that into the neurological system quicker and faster, so I use that instead of 1, I use 3 tablets. I tell them to take 3 tablets. Okay. There's another one that's called Allergy, and that's made from the Heal again. So you got a combination of spray, you got a combination of homeopathic, or if you prefer taking the supplements like vitamin D, omega-3s. You can do all those same things for the sinus, okay? Omega-3s, oil, fermented cod liver oil, all these, it wouldn't hurt. You can take them all together, and because you got to keep your body's immune system up, and you can't let your body start to get sick or go down in energy. And then, of course, you're more prone for infections because your body cannot resist it through the immune system. Okay. Okay. One of the things I like is Immunozyme by the Apex Company. And why I use Immunozyme? Because I told you can get it from Standard Process. Your choice. I prefer Immunozyme because basically that has the enzymes in there. And I like enzymes that it's like a catalyst and makes things work quicker. Okay? It sort of enhances the efficacy of the supplements you take it. And enzymes is one of the highest. So when you're talking about what is the priority level in terms of pecking order of the importance, enzyme comes first, then second is minerals, and third is vitamins. So you need your enzymes as a catalyst to make the minerals work better, and the minerals are the one that process and build structure, and vitamins give you the energy for you to sustain the cells. See? So you need all those 3, actually, and so people who are ill or get sick, they don't like to do anything because they feel so miserable. And so then they don't take anything, and of course the body gets weaker. Of course, some people say, well, that's good because they're going like a fast. It's true, but you got to nourish your body so you can get those energy up there, so then the body gets so weak and succumb, and the immune system goes down, and you start getting more ill. Okay, so another one finally is called methoxyzyme. And I like those because people who have congestion, they get phlegm and they get mucus. And a lot of the mucus, where does it come from? You think it's from here only? Yes, because you got some inflammation. But a lot of times it comes from the small intestines. You see, the body is not processing through the stomach the food by the time it gets and received by the small intestines. And the small intestines start to build up what we call mucus, and it goes back into the bloodstream through the called the villi, and it goes back to the bloodstream, and it carries it all over the body, and carries infection and everything all over the body. And so what you like to do is reduce congestion and mucus. Okay, so why is mucus bad? No, mucus, the body protects, you protect the body protects itself. It has a defense mechanism where it builds mucus before those viruses come along and go straight into and attacks the cell wall to get inside and replicates itself. The body usually houses it, it encloses it with like a mucus, or encapsulates it, and sometimes it can create like a tumor or cyst because it's encapsulated. But what's the danger is if it's inside the body and it doesn't have any place to drain out, it goes and breaks, it explodes, and that layer becomes really encrusted, and it becomes what we call it, a virus, kind of virus type. And the virus is close, what we call that, called antivirus, not antivirus, but a virus in the retrovirus, okay, retrovirus. And the retrovirus basically breaks out, and it goes into the bloodstream and carries the enzymes with it, and it attacks the cell wall and eats up the cell wall, and it penetrates through the cell wall, gets into to the center of the cell called the nucleolus, and it replicates so fast that the immune system don't even recognize it, and that's where you get the autoimmune disorder starts to happen and the body succumbs. So understanding all those, and I know that you might have to play this tape over again because I gave you a lot of information, but if you do that, you can do it yourself and prevent and help reduce your sinus attacks, either acute sinus in 2 to 3 days, or your chronic sinuses, which can last about 2 to 3 weeks of that therapy, and a lot of times you clear it out and you start feeling relief. Not to mention how you would help the immune system ward off other types of disorders, and they call that, those stressors called disorders, and then you feel more healthy again. So I'm glad to share my knowledge with you, and I'll talk more about health issues on our next show. So it was glad talking to you, and stay tuned for another Health Hips.